Council meetings are long and boring. Wouldn't it be great if they were short and unboring? This is why I've invented the 5. Make it 10-minute meeting. Rocky and rolling. Alrighty, Ashland City Council meeting of April 4th. This one starts off. April 9th through the 15th is National Emergency 911 Phone Operator Day, I think. And then City Manager Report, right to the City Manager Report. City Manager Joe Lassard, here he is. He was like, hey, he's got a lot. Newsletters coming back this month and the utility bill. And associate planner has been hired. And the budget process is starting with 2 times a week updates coming to the website throughout that budget process. And the billing department is almost back to full staff. And we hired a new firefighter. And there's an art show at the Senior Center all next month. And Safe Walk to Work study starts April 10th. And the ODOT sidewalk ramp repairs in town, throughout town, is supposed to end in June, and end of June. And then April 27th, the budget meetings begin. And this one says, hey, there's a lot of people here talk about public camping. Can you do a quick summary of what the city's up to? And they go, yeah, we're working on new language for public camping ordinances. And then public forum. Up there, the campers are ready. A puffy vest guy says we invented this, protect our kids, 1,000 feet for 1,000 feet for kids or something. And he said, from buffers from libraries, 1,000 feet around schools, libraries, and playgrounds. He says that's where no one should camp. And he says, but I feel bad for these homeless people, the homeless, home free. Because cities hasn't been doing much to help them, so I'm not against them. And then a lady with hair said the 1,000-foot buffer's terrible. It's a social terrorism. And a lady in a vest saying protect our kids is used to attack our homeless. And then a beard and cap guy, the main guy, says, I've been running these protests since 2012, and no one from the city has ever contacted me. You are lying scum. And then a banjo person said, 1,000-foot buffer map is ridiculous. You just want us to die where no one can see us. A mustachioed man said, public parks should be legal to camp in. A round glasses guy said, I studied homelessness at Stanford, I think, and this plan is 100% wrong. And a gray-haired special needs teacher said, me and my family feed the homeless in Hawthorne Park, and studies show it's better to be nice to homeless. And a big black ring lady says, as a nurse, I've been trained to show empathy, and this ordinance would encourage fear of others. And a necklace guy said, I wandered into town a couple years ago, and the emergency shelter and food assistance helped me get a place where I am now, where I have a place to stay. And a bangs lady said, sleeping in a tent doesn't make you a threat to children. And a wool cap lady says, I'm going to interview my 10-year-old daughter right here, right now on camera. But I respect her privacy, so I'm not going to say her name. What? It was weird. And then and then a pierced face guy says, I'm more afraid of talking to this council than talking to a homeless person. And a hair clip guy said, this encourages people to be unkind to the homeless. And an orange cap lady said, I have packets for everyone, and I have a big orange vest, and a sign rubber banded to my body. Nutty? You bet she was. But I read her packet, and there was actually some good information in there. And then consent agenda. I'll approve. God, I hope that was good. Whatever was in there. And then public hearing. Oh, no, I'll do it here. And then public hearing to change the food and beverage tax language. Before that, the tax is voted on May 16th. There's going to be a ballot measure. So this is just to get the language ready. If that ballot measure passes, boom, the language is approved. It goes right into our ordinances. And then there's a public forum moment. And a lady in whitish hair said the food and beverage tax should go to help those houseless people. It's not just for parks only. And then this one goes, we approve this, and let the voters decide. And then this one says, where did she come from? There she is. I'm against this, and this vote is only offering one choice of give all the food and beverage tax to parks, or else no other options. So I don't like that. And then this one goes, I like this. I support this, and I'm going to vote for this in the election. And that passed 5-1, one against. And then the CIP Capital Improvement Plan. I expect Planning Director Scott Fleury. Here he is. Scott Fleury is right there. There he is. So there's a 20-year master plan for all the projects in town, all the big repairs and replacements, services of big buildings and equipment and roads, all that stuff, right? Infrastructure. And every 7 to 10 years they rewrite that just to, because money changes and climate changes and priorities change. And so but today I'm bringing you the 2-year version and the 6-year version. And water and service rates are proposed to go up to handle that. But I hope there will be low-income assistance and new tiered rate structures to help out some people. Fingers fingers crossed anyway. And then public forum. A green jacket lady said protected bike lanes. I guess they're in the CIP thing. They're great. And a man with many jackets said all roads should have protected bike lanes. And then this one, there you go, new guy. It says, hey, does any park CIP money require this food and beverage ordinance to pass? And then Parks Director Michael Black is very hairy. See? Aha. And then he goes, no, it's all from that 25% we already get. And this one, of course, he says, I don't see trails. He goes, I don't see the word trails in your park CIP. Where's the word trails? And then this guy goes, that's it, it's in there. He goes, we need to buy some land to add trails, so that's part of that. And maintenance budget, there's some other trails. And he's like, I got it, but I got to see the word trails, or I just don't understand it. And then this one goes, if we approve this, can we get it adjusted? Can it get adjusted by the budget during the budget meeting, right? And the council can adjust things. And this guy goes, oh yeah, of course you can. And then this guy goes, hey, so we approve this 2 and 6 year plan, but during the budget process we can't change stuff. And he's like, oh yeah, of course. And then this one goes, hey, but this is policy, right? So budget committee can't change this plan. And this guy goes, yeah, that is correct. And so just so you know, this guy said, don't worry, it's fine, you can change stuff, blah 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 blah. And he does this a lot, promises things, questionable motives on him denying that was happening. But you know what? I'm going to say this right now. East Street right here. Get more of that, guys. Just you got to drill down on the city people, hold them feet to the beard to the fire, if you will. And then so then this one says, I hope the tiered water rates could also go to electric. I like that. And then this one goes, hey, does this? The Daniel Meyer pool says $2 million the first year and then $8 million the second year, and the $8 million has yet to be fundraised for. How smart is that? And this one goes, it's fine. We've got the $2 million, and somebody will just get $8 million, some grant money. Really? And does this include an enclosure for the pool? And apparently, yes, it does. And then, what's up with protected bike lanes? And Scott Fleury says, new bike lanes, when we fix Ashland Street, which is coming up, we've already designed and approved these new bike lanes, but we need to buy a new sweeping machine for the bike lanes. And the other Mountain, Oak, and Clay Street projects, we're still working on adding the bike lanes to those plans. And then this one says, she goes, oh yeah. She goes, we talked about SOU students writing grants for some of these projects. And this guy goes, bikes, trails, and that's all I have to say, except for I move to approve the 2 and 6 year SEEP project plans, but also add one more bike lane to Hershey Street. And then this guy goes, hey, I stood on the dam at Reeder Reservoir with Public Works Director Scott Fleury, and wow, engineering is awesome, so anything you propose, blindly on board. And then this one says, he just goes, yeah, this is so much. Maybe too much. I'm against it. And this one says, if we don't approve this, we can't get grants. That's the only important thing. And then it was approved 5-1. And that's right. So it's like $16 million a year in projects over the next 6 years. And the only change suggestion, the only recommended amendment to it is add one more bike lane. Whew. And then Street Slurry Seal Project, Public Works Director Scott Fleury says the city does some prep work whenever we do a Surrey Seal in the summer. But we hire a contractor to do this work. And there have been issues with contractors not working out well when we've done this, but we totally fixed all those. And this guy goes, well, I moved to approve this $379,000 project. And I do hope they fix the street problems, because I had a tank man in Tiananmen Square standoff with a slurry truck 3 years ago, and it was dicey. So good luck to the rest of you people. All approved. And then water brass, here he is again. man, flurry of flurries. A water brass fitting contract, $120,000 for fittings. Now we're just going to stock the shelves as opposed to buying them one at a time. We do one big purchase, so we have to get that approved. That's all approved by the council. And then Fire Chief Ralph Sartain says, hey, here's that new fire code we brought last meeting. That's all approved. And then city budget calendar edition of April 21st. Oh no, that wasn't this guy. Didn't say anything about that. Well, where'd that guy? Where'd that mayor go again? She gets buried. There it is. Mayor says, yeah, remember naked former councilor Eric Novickas? He's on a budget committee, and he wants to do a meet and greet before we start the intense budget discussions. And that was all approved. And then a restaurant parking suggestion is, where is he? There he is. There he goes. He goes, hey, some restaurants wanted to continue the outdoor dining we had during COVID, so let's do a study to see if that's safe and profitable. Those are my words. I condensed his rambling, halting circle of announcements of discussion of this. But not a terrible idea. And then this guy goes, yeah, how long is that going to take? And then city manager Joe Lessard says, looks like a next year thing. And that's all approved. And this one says, I went to 2 committee meetings. And this one says, let's give $500 to base for the Juneteenth celebration in Medford, and it was all approved. That's it. The end of the meeting. You're welcome.